Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So guys, today I want to talk about what this world is and how we should discover, like we should be discovering how to live in this world according to divinity, according to Gurbani, according to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So Samaj starts off with Sache ki hai kotri, Sache ka vichwas. So basically he's saying that Jiri Dunya, this world is the house of God. It's his kotiya. Koti means like koti hundi hai jidan a huge house, kind of like a mahal. Jadi hundi hai, it's like a huge. Those people who know what koti is. So it's basically like a huge house, like like a mansion. So this world is basically God's mansion, and he's living in it. He's living in his house. So Sache ki hai kotri, Sache ka vichvas. So he's basically saying that the true one, the true spirit, the true supreme spirit, this is his house, and he lives in it. So, but Uddhisdani, you can't see him. Because he's supreme. He's a supreme spirit. He can't be seen. He's hidden himself. So bearing now this in mind, Sache ki hai kotri, Sache ka vichvas. So now we're living in his house. Everything is living in his house. So when you go to somebody's house, it's always prudent to ask the owner that is it alright if I can have a fag in this house? Do you mind if I can have some alcohol or a fag, or so having a drink? Are you okay with this? Is it alright with it? And then the owner will say either yes or no. So I'll say no, I don't want you to be drinking in this house. Don't want you to be smoking in this house. So it's always a good idea to ask. So basically this applies to that whilst we're living in Waheguru's house, this whole world is Waheguru's house. We should be discovering and asking him and finding out what can we do in this house and what can't we do in this house according to his laws, according to divine laws. What is it it's okay to do, and what is it that you shouldn't be doing? And secondly, what has Vaheguru sent us as? Like, for example, if you're a Muslim, you follow the Muslim faith and you become a good Muslim. If you're a Christian, you follow the Christian faith, become a good Christian. You know the wrongs and rights. You know what is good and what is not good, because you've researched it. You go to church, they tell you what is the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do, and then it's up to you. Whatever you do, it's up to you. It's down to you. So if you want to carry on doing all the wrong things, and then there's going to be consequences for that. Like if you want to carry on doing all the great things or the right things, then there'll be rewards for that. So this is where we are. This is how it is. And although it's not so prevalent, it's not like anybody like me will tell you all these things, but this is actually how it really is. It's actually like this, because there's karma. Then that creates us a karma that then comes back for us in a good way or a bad way. So depending on what we do, then we create our karma, and then we have to pay for that in the future. What we do today is coming in the future. So it's about what do we learn what to do, so that everything good comes in the future, rather than suffering and problems. That's what this is all about. It's about learning in God's house. What can I do here and what can't I do here? What is he okay with and what is he not okay with? This is what this Bani is about. Sache ki hai kotri, Sache ka vichvas. That this is God's house, and he lives in it. So you're living with God. You're living in his house. This is his house. This is like it's not gone to heaven that you're living in there. He's already here. So this is this is the first thing that I want to talk about. and maybe I'll just leave it there. Something to think about. That what is it that we can do? How do we research into what Gurbani is telling us? What is Gurbani telling us? What things can we do? What things can't we do? What things are a sin? Like for example, like everything to do with Kaam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. These things, they so basically the 5 vices, you know, the lust, the greed, anger, attachment, and these kinds of things. These are so all acts done in following these anger, attachment, all acts done in these, or the more acts we do that are following anger and following attachment and following greed, everything that we do in these, following these things, creates sin. And so the thing with sin is that because we're imperfect, it's very difficult to say to somebody, don't get angry. It's very difficult unless they're just very cruel-minded. But somebody who naturally has fire in them will get angry on every little thing, and they're creating the karma for them, which is really bad, because you're doing this in God's house. God might be sitting there watching you. He's watching you from everywhere. He's watching all of us from everywhere. He's watching, listening to all of us from everywhere, even within us, and listen to our thoughts as well. So now anger. So we do things with anger. So then karma gets created. You know, where somebody, you know, I don't know what that karma is, but it's you know, it's not good. So these things will come and bug you in the future when your hands are tied to your back and you won't be able to do anything about it. You be angry at somebody today, then maybe your children in the future will be angry at you when you're older, and you'll be like, what's going on? You know, so it's all about what you do, what we do, and how we live, and then that is then based on what we get in the future and what is coming to us. So there's so much to talk about, there's so much to say, but I'll leave it there for now. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.